Got the wrong guy. Let's go, Lori. You're going to meet. You go to Joyce. Where's Joyce?
That should do it. I got one at the table.
You guys, we are at Mount Vernon Elementary, and look at those good-looking kids. Yeah, that's right, man. There we go. And you guys, this is the Smart Reading Program, and we're going to talk to some folks, see some kids. Look at them. Can you wave? That's awesome. Oh, you're going to show us off there just a little bit? Oh, there you go. So you guys, we're at Mount Vernon Elementary School with the Smart Reading Program, and this is an amazing program because 50% of the third graders in Oregon do not beat the benchmarks for reading. And so the Smart Reading Program is one way that folks like you and me can get involved and participate in this program. And you can volunteer, you come in and read to kids. We're going to talk to some of them in a little bit. But they match you up with a kid, and you're not there to have to teach them how to read. The professionals do that. You're just there. They're there to just have somebody to read with. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on with the program. But right now they're just getting together because they do this. We'll find out how often and what they're doing. Our show is brought to you today by Ron Story over at Kiefer Mazda Service Department. He saw the folks with Smart Reading are coming into a meeting we were at one day, talking about the program. He was so impressed. He said, I want to sponsor a show on that. So that's what we're doing here today. And so here representing the Smart Reading Program, we're going to introduce you. And you are?
Lori McNichols with the South Valley Smart Program.
So why is this so important? Your guys' whole mission is just to get kids interested in reading.
Yeah, putting volunteers in schools to read with kids one-on-one and giving books to kids for them to keep and take home and enjoy throughout the school year and throughout their lives.
So every month they get a book, is that right?
Ideally they get 2.
Oh, okay. So these kids not only I see what you're doing. So you're not only getting somebody to read with them, to help them, but you're building a library for them and their family.
Exactly.
Because when you have your own books, it's kind of important. And these are nice books.
They're brand new books. We get them from Scholastic and Interstate, Ingram, and so on. They're brand new. The children get to select the books they read from. They get to select the books that they take home. No one's telling them what to read or that they can't read something. They get to make those decisions for themselves.
So why does this work?
It works because the students are empowered. In classrooms, they're working on curriculum and they're often in larger groups. They don't really get that one-on-one time. Often shy students or students who just don't have the confidence fall behind.
And once, when they were when I heard a speech on this, a conversation on smart reading, there was something about if you don't, as a kid, learn to read by the third grade, you will be behind probably for a long time.
Definitely. So there's a shift. Up until the third grade, students are they are learning to read, and then after the third grade, they are expected to read to learn. So if they're not confident by that time, they're going to struggle, and it's just going to be an uphill battle for the rest of their school career.
So how do these volunteers help? That's what you're looking for. We need volunteers.
We need volunteers. We are up and running, but there are more students who could benefit from this program if we had more volunteers. The commitment is just an hour a week. Some people do more. But the simple truth is that if you just spend some time sitting down with a student, you can make a difference in your community, and you take away some invaluable lessons. Little kids teach us so much.
Yeah.
They're so honest, they're so enthusiastic, and when they have one-on-one attention, they flourish.
How can they get a hold of you guys? How do they...
So the Smart Reading Program office for Lane, Lynn, and Benton counties is reachable at 541-600-8035, or they can go to our website, which is www.getsmartoregon.org. And I'm sure you're going to post that.
Yeah, we'll get that posted on there. I'm going to go find a kid. Thank
Great.
you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, don't go away. Okay, so here we go. Hey, buddy. How are you? What's your name?
Colton,
Colton? How old are you?
5.
5? You're not shy, are you? Okay, so hold on. I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn this around because my microphone's better on this side. So you're 5. Look at, you're live. You're on Facebook right now. Is that kind of cool? Aren't you a handsome dude? So do you like reading? Do you like reading with her? Why? Because why?
Because of bunnies.
Oh, the pictures in the book? Oh, yeah. So how often, do you know how often you come in here?
What? How?
No?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just like coming in here? So talk to me, Jenny. Hold on, can I talk to Jenny for a second?
Hi.
Hi, Jenny. So you are obviously a smart volunteer.
Been here for a few years now.
How many?
This is third year. With this school.
Why? Why do you do this?
Because I believe in the power of reading. There's nothing better.
What does it do for kids? Especially what...
Well, it opens the world. If you don't read, you have very limited opportunities to learn anything.
So you're spending time in here, and what are you getting out of this?
Oh, I get to visit with all these wonderful kids.
You understand the world a little better, probably, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They tell you things, huh?
They do. They do. Some surprising things.
Yeah. Moms and dads. My mom's a kindergarten teacher, and she said they come to school and she goes, I don't know if parents know what they're telling us. But they're honest, and that's what
They are.
And
Oh,
if
yeah.
they don't learn to read by the 3rd grade, then they're behind the rest
They're
of them.
behind, yeah.
What did you do when you were not doing this?
I worked at the sheriff's office for 21 years.
Huh. So you have a motivation, I would guess,
I do.
that you're keeping kids out of trouble.
Hopefully.
Reading does.
It does. It does. Gives them an outlet. It gives them a way of exploring things that they may never see in person. And it's activates their imagination too.
That's good.
Oh, it's a wonderful.
Jenny, thanks.
You
Hey,
betcha.
thanks, Colton. Okay. I'll let you get back to your reading. I don't want to take up your time. Okay. So look at these two. This is Isabel. Hi, Isabel. Oh, look how pretty you are. So you're on Facebook Live. You want to wave? You can. Yeah, you can. So Frank, talk to me about this program. What you do.
Well, we read to the kids and we help them learn a few new skills. We try to help the instructors. They give us a list of sight words, things like that we go by, and they read what they can, and we fill in the blank.
What do you like? How long have you done this?
I've just done it for a year here.
What have you learned?
Oh, it takes patience, and it's very fulfilling. You get to interact with the kids, and being a grandparent with grown grandkids, I really don't get to do that much anymore. So it's enjoyable for me.
So Isabel, do you love doing this?
Yeah.
What do you like about it? How old are you?
5.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
What'd you ask for? We'll guess.
Get you a bow.
If we ask things you like that you know, I'll get something out of you, huh? All right. Well, you get back to your reading, okay? You're welcome. So you guys, here they are in the cafeteria at Mount Vernon Elementary. And again, this is the Smart Reading Program, and our sponsor is Ron Story with Kiefer Mazda. And he saw the program and he said, oh my gosh, we got to do something on this. And they need volunteers. They badly need volunteers. They have coordinators. And I'm going to find out from, talk to me, my dear. You are?
Lynette Campbell.
And you coordinate this school.
I do. I am the interface between SMART and the school.
So how many volunteers do you have at Mount Vernon?
Not enough.
You need more.
I do. I need probably about another 20.
How many kids do you have here, just here at Mount Vernon?
I have 60 kids.
60 kids in
60.
the Smart Reading Program.
Right. And so that's only a subset of each class. So there's kids that are left back at the classroom while other ones get to go to SMART.
How long have you done this?
6 years?
How valuable is this?
It's immensely valuable. And it's wonderful to see that aha moment when kids learn to read, and they just, for the first time, they read a book, and they're like, "Yay, we get to read," and it's fun.
And you guys also, Smart gives them 2 books a month.
They get 14 books for the whole year, 2 books a month, and boy, do they know when book giveaway day is. They're pretty excited about that.
So you're not only building a reader, you're giving them a hobby. You're giving them, you know what I mean? When you have a collection of your own, these are hardback, nice books. These aren't like just little flimsy little books. These are nice books, yeah.
Yeah, they're brand new.
So they're going home with a book and a collection, and all of a sudden it's their book. Ownership is everything.
It's very, very important, and it's the secret formula for SMART. It's the one-on-one reading that you do with the child, and to get the books, somehow that just works. It's just the ownership of it. The kids love their books.
I'm just, even the volunteers I talk to, I think they're getting a lot out of it too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's some that pretty much schedule their whole entire week around SMART.
So 20 more volunteers at Mount Vernon. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much. And
thank
thanks for
you.
what you do here. Okay, so let's go talk to the reading specialist. We're going to do this way, so we got kids behind us. So you are,
Hi, Kimberly Ingram.
and your job here is?
I am the Title I Reading Coordinator and Reading Specialist for Mount Vernon.
So what do you see going on behind us?
I see kids who are really having a good time with grown-ups who are excited to be here. They're reading, they're engaged. I know a lot of these kids, and go into their classroom and they might look like they are learning how to read, which can be really hard, but you look behind us and they are having a good time.
And what we may not understand as parents is there's books that we can read to our kids
Yes.
that they want to hear that are too hard for them to read, too difficult.
Absolutely.
But they need also books that they can read so they can get that understanding.
Right. So, I think it's really important to read books that are harder for your children, that they would not be able to just pick up and read on their own, because the content is good. They're interesting. The characters are awesome.
And there's this mom and dad, or dad and mom, or interaction with your parent,
Yes.
or the significant adult in your life
Absolutely.
that connects you.
Anybody who can read really cool, interesting books to their kids at home and spending time, it's a nice connection. But also thinking about books that your children can actually look at the words and read the words. And if you don't know what that is, go to their classroom teacher. Their classroom teacher can absolutely make recommendations. They might even be able to send some things home with them. And that is kind of it's coming at it from both angles, so that we're teaching the students the kind of how to look at letters and make sense of the letters, but also really connecting with the text and what it means.
So you deal with the difficulties of reading for kids, and it's startling how many kids do not know how to read it. I mean, I think people would be amazed.
Yes, it is.
And we've got to do something to turn that around, or it's going to be...
Right. Yeah, I think, that's my whole job, is working with all of the grade level teachers here in our school who every day teach reading for 90 minutes. I mean, our kids get a lot of reading instruction. Really good program that we have here. We also really focus on, we have a lot of instructional support that comes in, and we can kind of target instruction for kids. And I help support the grade level teams in that. I also support and manage interventions. So we take 20% of the students who are struggling to meet benchmark, and we give them extra intervention. So 30 minutes extra of reading instruction every single day for 20% of our students. And I help manage that. So we have about 85 students right now who get extra reading. So that's a lot of reading. And then what we have here is even supplemental reading. Because, elementary kids are really learning how to read, and then eventually what we want them to do is read to learn and be able to access books that are really interesting and cool for them.
But I was talking about this, if kids, research shows if children don't get the reading, the basic skills down by the 3rd grade, they're going to be behind probably for the rest of their career in school.
Right, because that switch from really reading text to understand the content and science and social studies and all of those other things, if you're not reading that text, you're not accessing that information. And so we work very, very hard here at Mount Vernon to get our kids up to benchmark as soon as possible. At kindergarten, we start that, but absolutely by 3rd grade, yes. We look at that data on a regular basis, and then we target our instruction for the kids. Oh, wow, that once, student by student basis, we're looking at that instruction to make sure that we're meeting the needs for those kids.
So reading before bed with kids is something that used to happen in my family as a kid all the time. We need to bring that back. It's a really intimate moment with you and your child.
Yes, I do it every night with my children.
And then don't you think because when you do that, you learn what they're really thinking?
Yes.
Or they ask you the hard questions when they're reading a book?
Yeah.
You want to get to know your kids, read a book.
Yes.
With them.
Yes, and read a book with interesting, unique characters. And what would you do in that situation?
Ask questions.
Oh yeah, ask them those interesting, hard questions. You get to learn about the kid. You also understand like maybe what your child is understanding. You can also sometimes they have a hard time fully understanding the social context. What a great way to help them navigate that in the future. Like,
and to teach them your thoughts and what you believe in.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Kari, you just want to stay away? Okay. So again, we need volunteers.
We need volunteers, and this is our last week before the winter break, but we'll be back in January. We have a number of sites in Springfield and all over Lane County, Lynn and Benton counties as well. We're a statewide organization, so wherever somebody's watching this from, if you're in Oregon, we can likely find you a role to do what you're seeing what happened here, read with the kids, and just make that magic happen for some students.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to go show them something. Ron Stewart sponsored this show, so I'm going to show you what Ron Stewart did for me on my truck. So we're going to get a little plug in for him as well.
Great.
Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
So you guys, oh, you're welcome. So you guys, here's the readers behind us, but I'm going to take you outside. So there they are, smart readers, and but I'm going to run you outside here because Ron Stewart with Kiefer Mazda is the sponsor. And what happened was we're in a networking group together, and Ron and I heard the smart readers talk about their program, and Ron said, Rick, I want to sponsor that as a show. And so Kiefer Mazda's service department is not just about Mazdas. They work on everybody else's car. They changed my wife's oil. They changed my oil up until I bought a new car, and now I have a warranty on it. But the other day, I wanted some Nerf bars added to my truck. So I found them online, and then I called Ron Stewart at Kiefer Mazda's service department, and I said, can I get these installed on my truck? And within just a couple of hours, it was done. So I'm going to show you the work that the service department at Kiefer Mazda does. And I totally trust them. But here, that's my new truck. And there they are. So they don't just work on Mazdas, they work on other vehicles, and they can do just about anything that you want done. So again, we want to thank Ron Stewart over at Kiefer Mazda. And if you guys like the content we're bringing you, please pay attention to these people. Do business with them because they're the ones sponsoring our shows. And we can't be proprietary anymore. We got to go and give to the people that are taking care and doing things that we like seeing. So if you like seeing this kind of stuff on television about our kids and how we can improve their lives, then you got to remember my clients and people like Ron over at Kiefer Mazda. So if you need your oil changed, you need new tires, you need anything done, you need them just go in to take it in there and you want it checked, have your car checked because something's not right or the engine light's coming on, your wheels aligned, your tires aligned, anything like that, they can do it for you. Okay, it's really, really wet. I'm standing out in the rain, so I'm gonna get in and don't worry, I won't drive, but we're gonna leave. So again, you guys, what do we take away from this today? You really need to read to your kids. If you have young kids at home, it's a great way for you to get to know who they are and what they're thinking. But if you don't read to your children and they're not up to date, by the third grade, they will probably never catch up with the other kids in the classrooms that are reading. So it's super, super important that they understand the basics before the end of the third grade. And that's what the Smart Reading program is trying to do. All right. Tomorrow we will be live at 11 o'clock in the morning with St. Vincent de Paul's. You know, at Christmas time, you get all those gifts like your TV or whatever it is, and they're packed with those big styrofoam things and you don't know what to do with them, so you shove them in the garbage can. No, we don't want to do that. St. Vincent de Paul has machinery that can recycle styrofoam. We're going to be there tomorrow to show you how it works. Is that kind of cool or what? So we're going to be there showing you how it works. And then we'll also tell you there's going to be like a week where you can take your styrofoam to a St. Vinny's and they'll recycle it. They'll take it to the recycling plant for you. But we'll have all that information for you tomorrow on Rick Dancer. Get Real with Rick Dancer at 11 o'clock. Amy, you are very welcome. The best way you could thank me is to share this on your page so that other parents understand the importance of reading to their kids and that other people, you know, our age in the community could come and get involved. Mount Vernon needs 20 volunteers, and I'm sure other schools need them too. And the best part is, yeah, you know what? the kid's going to get helped. And you're doing something that is a dividend that you're not going to see, but the next future is going to. And somebody that. But the best thing is too is you're doing something for yourself because you're going to understand life a little bit better. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Styrofoam, and then we're off for a while. Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Share, 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 share.